There, Laurel Beard here today with a really quick video. I wanted to show you how I adhere gilding flakes to my alcohol ink backgrounds. I made this card for an Ellen Hutson challenge a couple weeks ago and got a lot of questions. Now there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can use a two-way glue pen or something like that, but here's how I do it. But first let me do my alcohol background. This is Aquamarine and Pistachio on some Yupo paper there. And then this is a little tool that I found honestly when I was purging. I was like, oh yeah, but it's a little tool that's got different edges and it helps create backgrounds when you with mixed media for like paints and whatnot. So I thought it would be fun to do this for my background too. Now it's looking like a hot mess, but it really is pretty. But you can look around your room and see what you have. You can even use your old, obviously you don't want to put this back in your hair, but you can use a comb if you wanted to, or the edges of cardstock or an old gift card or whatever. I'm sure there are many ways that you can achieve this look here without these little tools. But that's basically all I'm doing. You can see how that alcohol ink is just spreading out on that Yupo paper. Now I did coat that Yupo paper with some alcohol before I put the inks on. And now I'm going to add the gilding flakes. Do not sneeze, breathe, hold your breath, because if you do, those babies are going everywhere for reals. So I just dumped some on my background, and my background is still wet. So I'm taking those flakes and carefully pressing them down onto my alcohol inked background. You can see some of the alcohol is still moving as I touch it. So I'm being very careful, where I'm touching, because I don't want to mess up the design, but I also need to make sure that those gilding flakes are pressed into my cardstock. So when they go to dry, or my Yupo paper rather, I'm used to saying cardstock, so Yupo paper, and when it dries, what you're going to do is let it dry naturally and then take a dry brush and brush away any of the flakes that didn't stick, and then you're left with this beautiful background, and it's just that easy. And again, there are other ways to do it, but this is the way that I do it and it works great for me. Now for this piece I did spray a sealer, like a fixative, over the top because I didn't want anything flaking off in the mail or anything like that. I don't know if you had to do it, but I do it when I do any kind of paintings or anything that I add texture to. I always spray a little sealer over the top. This is the sealer that I use, and I'll link to it below. It's got a matte finish, and it's just going to make sure everything stays put. I use this on things that I do with acrylic paint or my Faber-Castell gelatos, or in the rare occasion that I use glitter or something like that. I don't want that stuff coming off on people's hands or in the mail or whatever, so I have this on hand for many different things, and I did use it for this today. But that is how I add gilding flakes to my alcohol inks. Thanks for watching.